Hello, welcome back to my channel. As you guys had understood from the video's thumbnail, I am standing in front of Sultan Qaboos Grand Mosque. Let's first check out the history of Grand Mosque, who, when and why it was built. In 1992, the then Sultan of Oman directed his country to have a Grand Mosque. In 1993, a competition for the design of the proposed mosque took place. The construction was commenced in the year of 1994 after the site was chosen at Bausher. It took 6 years and 7 months to build this mosque. The mosque floor and its wall is completely made of limestone, and its doors and windows are made of wood and glass. Around 300,000 tons of Indian sandstone was imported for this building. 5 minarets have been built around this mosque, in which the main one is little lengthier than the other 4. These minarets give a visual sight from the exterior. The mosque and its surroundings occupies 416,000 meters square, and the mosque covers an area of 40,000 meters square, if I am not wrong. This mosque was inaugurated by Sultan of Oman on May 4, 2001 to celebrate 30 years of its reign. Then I was thinking why I am standing in one place and why can't I show the exterior scenes of the mosque, as it covers acres of land. The mosque is surrounded by beautiful and well-maintained gardens. Inside the surroundings wall of the mosque there are more gardens and long magnificent walkways. This mosque is the second largest mosque in the world, and it features a blend of Islamic, Middle Eastern and Omani architectural styles. One of the most recognizable aspects of mosque architecture is the minaret, a tower from which the call to prayer is announced and a visual reminder of the presence of Islam. The 5 minarets symbolize the 5 pillars of Islam. That means the profession of faith, prayers, giving of alms, fasting and pilgrimage. As you can see, there are some rules to be followed before entering the mosque. Non-Muslims are allowed to visit the mosque every day except Friday from 8:30 am until 11 am. Visitors are asked to dress modestly and in a way that befits a place of worship. The entrants rent out abayas, full-length dresses that cover ankles, as well as scarves for women, who are also required to cover their hair and should not wear tight-fitting clothing. Children under the age of 10 are not allowed inside the prayer halls, and the use of mobile phones should be avoided as a sign of respect. This is the women's prayer room, which is smaller in size and can hold 750 worshippers at a time. It is smaller because most women pray at home. The decor includes hand-carved wooden doors and a wooden roof. The chandeliers are much simpler than those of the main hall. Once you enter the central area leading to the main prayer hall, you discover again stunning corridors with arches. I love the perspectives it creates. The top of the walls are covered with calligraphic engravings. This Grand Mosque is the largest mosque in Oman and can accommodate up to 20,000 worshippers in total. The mosque has 4 main sections: the main prayer hall, the women prayer hall, the library and the lecture theatre. If you come to visit the Grand Mosque, do not miss going to the library and walking around the corridor, which features a variety of mosaic artworks and explanation of the different design style uses. It is actually possible to come visit the mosque outside official visiting hours if you do not plan on going inside the actual prayer halls. especially if you want to come take photographs around sunset or at night. However, you should avoid coming at actual prayer times or around noon or Fridays. This is the main and the biggest Musalla prayer hall for men, which can hold 6,500 worshippers. Equally remarkable is the hand-loomed prayer carpet within the main Musalla. It took 600 Iranian women over years to complete the 21-ton carpet, which consists of 1.7 million knots and features 28 natural vegetable dyes. It was the world's largest single-piece carpet until the Sheikh Zayed Mosque in Abu Dhabi snatched the title. The world's second largest enormous Italian manufactured chandelier is exceptionally impressive. The 24-carat gold-plated chandelier is trimmed with 600,000 Swarovski crystals, and it is located at the center of the men's prayer hall, and it is surrounded by 34 smaller versions found across the mosque. There are a number of beautiful mosaics and art patterns throughout the mosque. Detailed carvings and its uniqueness is a must-watch. Inside the mosque, the timbered panels reflect the architecture of traditional Omani ceilings. The whole mosque is decorated in colorful and beautiful mosaic patterns. Visitors are only allowed to walk through this blue carpet to enjoy the beauty of this historic mosque. This is the lecture theatre of the Grand Mosque, which regularly hosts events which are open to the public. There they welcome us by giving kajur, tea and coffee. Lectures are conducted in English by Muslims and non-Muslim religious scholars who do not necessarily address Muslims, and usually they aim to promote interfaith dialogue. They gave us kajur and ginger tea, and my father liked the tea. He was drinking it for the first time, and so he went and asked them another cup of tea and enquired its recipe as well. At the end, the religious scholar gave us a book to read. If you come to visit the Grand Mosque, do not miss the library and its outer corridor. There we can see many Islamic books in different languages, and many volunteers are there to explain us about Islam. Let us hear what these volunteers speak to us. Okay, this is Quran in Malayalam.
This is free. Yeah, this is free of charge.
Free?
But
Okay.
the price is that you read it. You read it. All these are volunteers. They don't get money.
Okay.
For this work that they are doing here, but they're only volunteers. They welcome the visitors, and they give them hospitality. They give them coffee, dates, and all that, and then they give them a brief presentation about Islam. What is Islam all about? You see? So then after that they give the book that I have just given to you. Islam is a word which means submission to the will of Allah God Almighty. Whoever submits himself to his Lord, there's only one Lord, one Lord. One God. You see, Allah. So, and all the prophets, you are Christian? Yeah. Okay, and all the prophets that came from Adam.
From Adam. Yes.
To Noah.
Yes, Noah, yes.
Abraham. Isaac.
Ah.
Jacob. Joseph,
Yes.
Moses,
Moshe.
Jesus,
ഇതെല്ലാം
and is of course Maryam and Muhammad is the last and the seal of the prophet, because Muhammad is the son and the seal of the prophet. See, all these prophets, all these prophets, yes, Muhammad.
Yes.
He's the last and the seal of the prophet, because there's not going to be any other prophet after him. So all these prophets, they came with only one message. What is that message? Believe, submit to only one God, submit to Him only, you see, and believe in Him alone. And that Lord and that God has no comparison. He cannot be compared with any other thing. You know, He is, he's unseeable. He cannot be seen. You know, He cannot be compared with any other of His creation. He's something that is, He has no beginning, no end. All right? He is so merciful to a degree that if He sees His creation, the human being coming back to Him, He wants to go back to Him to ask for forgiveness, because He person wants to come back to Him to ask for forgiveness, then He welcomes him. See? So He's so merciful. Right? Okay.
As there are more and more beautiful scenes to capture, we mixed the exit gate. Then we asked the securities there and they instructed us to take this gate. It is a no-brainer to visit the Sultan Qaboos Grand Mosque if you are in Muscat. Entrance to it is free and it is located right in the middle of the town in Bausher along the Sultan Qaboos Road. If this video inspired you to visit the place, do like and share it to your dear ones and comment me your experience on the same.